Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to review, recap, and for the fun of it. And today we are recapping Uthando Nes'Thembu The Realnovela Season 8, Episode 8. And it's still a continuation of the dates that Amayeni and Mseleko are having. And they are discussing the part where saying that he was never there when Nini was sick because he was poisoned. And he says that in his diary sessions, he tells us that she's bringing this up because now there's another woman coming, and she is trying to show me that I'm not able to handle the wives that I already have, and there's poisoning happening around the family. So he's trying to show us that Mayeni could be wrong around this thing, and they try and argue around whether Msedeko is there for her or not. And he says that because now you are in your home, so should you fall sick, then I won't be there. And they just argue, and then she tells him that. So one part of the argument is the fact that of that car issue, and she says that she should have been told that Makumalo is the one now handling these car issues. So on his side in the diary session, he says that the way Makumalo is being treated, she's being treated like she's not part of the family, and he doesn't like that. And the fact that he is trying to help the wives in terms of handling their finances. So he lets them handle the petrol, but the car tires, the insurance and everything is being handled by Makumalo. And if they allowed her to be part of the family, then this would be easier for them. So now he's clarifying that thing when he said that in the previous seasons, when he said that Makumalo is the one that sometimes helps him. So it means now Makumalo, Maini, and everyone else around the family are supposed to have known that Makumalo is the one helping them. So it's clear as daylight that she's the one assisting him in his finances. And I don't know how as these wives feel about this thing, but it seems like with Mayeni it's not sitting well, because she even says that with this unity thing that you have been trying to build, it seems it should be not working. And all the time you defend Makumalo whenever there's a quarrel between the two of us. So, and then Muselego in his session, he says that he also calls out Makumalo if she's wrong. And I'm like, so sometimes when you trying to play the devil's advocate in these type of cases, I think you should be playing it on like if one is trying to resolve issues between two people, you should also be defending the other person, then also defending the person who is also fighting with the other person. Because if you and plus it's the wife that you are saying must handle finances, if he's the one that's always defending Makumalo to Mayen, then it looks like he has favoritism. And his favoritism will make sense in this case because she helps him financially. And they started dating when she was quite young. So he partially groomed her. I feel like grooming probably is not the right word, because they said that when she got married and when they dated, she was of age. So, but he kind of trained her to be the woman that he wants her to be. And like maybe when he met Mayeni, they were both young and stuff like that. But when he met Makumalo, he was already older than her. So he probably trained her how to be in this Tembu and all of that. So it makes sense for him to defend this woman that he thinks that she's perfect and she understands what I am doing, and she's also helping me financially. So when Mayeni raises her opinions around how Makumalo is treating her, and how at one point when they went to the chief, and there was an issue when she greeted Makumalo, she didn't respond, and he says that you guys were fine with all of these things, but while we were shooting the episodes of the previous season, but when that was done, they stopped talking. So these type of things, Mark is bringing them up because she feels like as much as you want to take this new woman and you want to bring her into this family, while there are issues that you are not resolving, you're failing to resolve amongst your wife, it seems like you are failing. And in the diary sessions, she tries to tell him that this thing is not working. The unity that you are trying to build is not being built because of how you are as a person. When there are issues, you do not know how to resolve them. So those type of things. And he says that, and I feel like this reflects as a failure on his side. He says that you can take a donkey to the river, but you can't force it to drink. But these are the people that you brought into your life. And as much as it's difficult to bring women and then you want them to be one unit and all of that, but Mseleku was supposed to have done that. And he was supposed to only take women that were fine with his team, not people like Mayen, who seems to be not happy with his team. He was not supposed to force her into this type of things. He was supposed to have left her alone, left her with her one child, and not have married her in this case, because it seems like her issues are about the fact that he is a man that's married to more than one woman. And then in part of their conversation, she says that before she addressed the car issue, she said that Mseleku has tendencies of coming into her house, and that's part of the reason why she left. And he comes into her house and says that this thing of is not working, or whatever the case might be. He comes into her house and says this thing is not working and whatnot. And she tells him, "You complain to me as if I'm the one who sent you to marry these many women." And she's making sense, because why when it's her turn or whatever the case might be, he comes into a house and starts shouting those type of things. And even in this session, you can see that in this date that Maini is heartful with this thing, and she's not happy. That's why I'm saying that he was supposed to take women like Matele, who approved him of taking the many wives, and women like Makumalo, and have left people who do not seem to be approving of his esteem, and but they are still part of it. So those are the things that, and then it would have been much easier because Makale and Makumalo at one point were pretending for the show. So those type of people, they are easy to build to fix in this type of situation. But yeah, the next is, so when they are done discussing that issue of Seleku defending Makumalo when Makumalo and Mayen are having issues, she also tries to remind him of the time where she greeted Makumalo, and Makumalo said that she didn't know that now they are talking. And Mayen in her diary session says that she doesn't like it when people treat her like she's a fool. So I feel like these are the things that Mayeni has been holding back, and now she's just letting her husband know that this and this and this, and she doesn't like. So, and when Mseleku is being told these things, he takes it as a personal attack, or as if Mayeni is saying that she regrets being married to him, or that he has not done anything nice for her. And then to ask him about who Makwela is and where she is, he says that she is from Kwamadlala. And then ask him, why would you choose to marry someone from Kwamadlala? And then he says that he has noticed that it's important to marry someone that you know how that person was raised and who raised them, and not just marry for beauty. I think now he is subbing Mayen while she's sitting right next to her to him, because I think, and he's also subbing her parents, because because Mayeni is not from KwaMzumbe, and Makwela is from Zumbe, and Makwela is almost the same age as his kids. So he has obviously has seen how she was raised. He knows her parents, and he knows that what she was taught and all of that. I'm assuming that's part of the reason why he's saying that, besides subbing his wife, which he's not supposed to do because it's his wife. They're supposed to have a clear conversation to say, I chose her for whatever reason, not to sub his wife. It's just super wrong for him to do that. But again, he says that she is from there, but then Mayan asks him that, or tells him that her house is falling apart, the stove, the cupboards are not in good condition. And then in his diary session, he says that, he even tells her that do not involve other people in your issues. So if you have broken stuff, do not say that you are having broken stuff because of this, because I'm marrying someone else, and now she's also telling him that maybe the reason why you've been acting funny towards me is because of the fact that you have been saving and you are in love with the first with this new wife of yours. And then she decides to give Makwela an advice and tells her that it's better for her to get to date to date people her age than to date this man who's disrespectful and who's going to end up disrespecting her in the near future and playing her, because it seems like Mseliku has played mine from all of these things and he's manipulated the situations that they are in. And maybe she was also promised to be the last wife, and she didn't see the need to mention it because there were already other people that followed her immediately afterwards and all of that. And because also it from these previous episode seasons, seems like her family did not support her decision to marry into Istanbul. So I think maybe she's having those type of regrets. And then they discuss the issue of her staying in her at her family, and she says that I need to not be stressed so that I can heal. So whatever she's healing from is probably caused by the fact that in her home in Zumbe, it's a stress induced environment, and she need not to be in that type of a situation. That's why she decided to move to go back to her family so that they can help her heal. And Mseleki is not liking that. And then when they are leaving, he tries to hold her hand, and she says that even though she doesn't say, she moves her hand, and then you say you see those type of things. But now that's how the date ended. And so the next thing is Mseleko meeting up with his daughter Sneh, and they want to talk about. I think he just wanted to reprimand Sneh and tell her that the reason why he mistreat, which is the same thing that he has done before, the reason why he mistreats her daughters is because her kids. Oh God, the reason why he mistreats her kids is because Usne misbehaves. She goes out drinking. She sleeps at people's houses, and the only way that the punishment or the discipline is going to reach Usne to make her change is when her kids are being mistreated, so that she will do better. And Snake says that this year she has been behaving and all of that. So he asked her, why do you go around acting like telling people that I'm a bad father when you know the reasons why I treat you the way I treat your kids is because of your behavior. And then towards the end of the conversation, he says that he doesn't care about how she feels, because as long as he's sure of what he is doing, then he's gonna continue doing it. I just don't think that's how you're supposed to parent your kids, not care about how they feel. Especially when one is as old as Snake. She's already old enough. She's not like you. She's not really a child that you can say, I am punishing you like this, I'm keeping your kids like this, I'm keeping your toys away from you because you didn't behave well yesterday, and I don't care about how you feel. In this case, it's Snake's kids that are getting mistreated and rejected by their grandfather, and their Usni is supposed to be fine with that, because according to Mseleko, once he does that, then Usni will get in line. And she has not been getting in line, so it means that he's gonna continue to he's gonna have two generations of people from Sne that do not like him because of how they treated her. Because if he's mistreating Usne, then he's mistreating her child. Is if he's mistreating her children, then it means that he's mistreating her as a mother. So these two generations of people, he's willing to go through all of that because Usne sleeps outside. Usne goes out drinking. What type of message is he sending out? I understand maybe not wanting his house to be a playground, but can't he really talk to her to find out why do you do these things instead of just punishing? I think this is where most parents get it wrong. Like to punish the children instead of saying, why are you behaving this way? And besides the fact that you are young, what else is leading you to, when you know that in this house I don't want you to be sleeping out, and you go out sleeping out? Maybe she doesn't even tell her parents, and she doesn't even look after the house according to Ulan from the previous episode. So those type of things he needs to try and figure out what is happening with his child instead of letting it be something that it's not reachable. He has a wife that's already in therapy. He could try and put Sneh in therapy to find out these type of things while he's treating her kids nicely, or the same way he treats his other grandkids. So those type of things, I feel like he's not an open-minded grandfather, and I know that not every grandfather is going to be like that, because oh, this guy Mseleko believes in parents staying together, and Usne is not staying with the father of her children. So those type of things maybe is the one that's pushing him off from from his grandkids. And then he offers her the 300 rand cash that his wife said that they asked for it. He gives her the 300 rand, and I'm like, but Makale said that she gave Sneh on that episode. She said that she gave Sneh the 300. So now, and then he wants to find out what was the 300 rand for, and she says she wanted to buy some food at home. 300 rand is, unless if it's one person and you're buying maybe for 3 days, it's not enough. It's not going to last you that long. Just unless if she eats, I don't know, whatever she's eating in that house, that her father is fine with giving her 300 rand when he still have like few hundred rands and maybe 1,000 rand from the money that he has there. And then he goes on, in the next scene, he goes on a date with MaNgwabe, and in his diary session, he does indicate that this is the first time they meet after the episode where they had dinner, and he's trying to figure out if she's staying or leaving. And then he talks about the suspense that MaNgwabe is trying to keep him in when she's not playing her cards fairly by not telling him whether she's leaving or not. When he introduces this number 5, is she going to leave? Is she going to stay? And she also indicates that there's no point for this dinner. She wasted her time, because even if Msele apologizes, she's not going to forgive him for the things that he has done, and the fact that she's disappointed at herself, and she's disappointed by him, because this is the man she chose against people's caution, saying that do not go into that, and she got involved with him while her family was not approving, her colleagues were also not approving, and he went ahead and spoke about her badly for the past 8 seasons. And this is part of the reasons why there's this quarrel. You can see in MaNgwabe's face that she's not happy with the guy, and even in her diary session, she's still asserting the fact that she is not happy in this relationship. And I'm like, so why is she still here? Is it the suspense that she's keeping the viewers, and that she's keeping the viewers in, and also the fact that Mseliku can't guess what she's going to do, because he's also not sure whether she will stay or go, and that's what he is trying to establish in this. Oh, in him trying to find out whether MaNgwabe is staying or not, when he asked her if she will be okay with being introduced to Makela. And they don't even mention the name. She doesn't ask who the person's name is. Instead, she is asking him, but don't you remember what I said about when you bring wife number 5? Is that you are going to replace me. And don't act like you have forgotten. And in all of these conversations that they are trying to have, she's also still insisting that he already knows the answer. And in her diary session, she says that it kind of irritates her, and these meetings and these dinners that she has with Selegu makes her tired, and she's frustrated with this thing, and it's kind of exhausting, and she doesn't like these meetings. And the fact that Selegu keeps asking her the same questions, she feels like he's making her feel stupid. And how he even tries to draw an analogy of how this person that once said that they want to build a home with her is treating her this way, and the fact that she would. But you know what's shocking in all of this is the fact that she doesn't mention the word that she's going to leave. She keeps saying that he knows what I have said before. Is she going to leave? We are going to find out in the next episode or in the next season, because it seems like she doesn't say that. She doesn't tell him that she's going to leave. She says that you know my answer, you know what I have said before, and the fact that you keep asking me these things, you're making me feel like I'm a stupid person. And I'm just like, just say, tell him that you are going to leave. Why must you hide these things? Is it now because you have said it so many times that you are going to leave and you have not left, so it makes you feel like it makes her feel like she's stupid. I must say, for the wives that we have been introduced to this Makwela thing, Makwela woman, she is the only one who said that, who did not ask where she's from, who she is. Maybe she's really not interested, because she says, do not involve me on this thing. Do not introduce me. Do not involve me in this thing. So she's making it clear that do not involve me in the things of Makwela. But she's also not saying whether she will leave or not, whether when Makwela comes in. She's not even clearing it for the husband. She's not even clearing it for the audience. And I know she knows that she's being recorded. And maybe she's comfortable with us not knowing, leaving everyone in suspense and not being told, not being explicit in saying I am leaving, because she knows she has not left. And also, I feel like Mseleku treats MaNgwabe differently. With MaNgwabe, he's trying to apologize. Maybe he knows what he has done. But with Mayeni, he was not even apologetic. At one point when she was talking about her son Mnini, he was laughing about it, and towards the end he said that I don't want anything to do with you. I am not going to engage you anymore because now you are being disrespectful and all of that. Is it because Mangwa is angrily calm and Mayene is angrily expressive? I'm trying to understand if he doesn't know his wife, or he doesn't rate her to apologize, to say that I am sorry, I was wrong in this case, or he thinks that he was right in his thing, the same way he said with Snape, saying that if he knows what he is doing, he doesn't care about how anyone else, how Snape feels. Like, I'm just trying to understand, why is it with Mangwabe he is trying to be apologetic, he's trying to meet her halfway and trying to beg her not to leave and all of that, even though the other time he said he's begging because it's the right thing to do. And also in the diary session when he was with Mike, he said that his wives are acting like they are doing him a favor by staying married to him, while he keeps bringing the other wives. But he is also they must also think of him as the one doing them a favor, because he is bringing them into his house and he's also taking care of them. But from the wives that we have seen, Mayeni was probably going to be able to take care of herself and her cars if she didn't have him, because she works. Mangwabe, the same thing. She's the one giving him money to take care of his other wives. Is also okay. She doesn't have a real job, but I wanted to say she's acting. She's part of this reality TV cast, so maybe she's also getting paid. So for him to say that he's taking care of these wives as if he's doing them a favor is just it's just not a real expression of the things. And if these wives sees what they are say what he said, they are going to be as mad as how Mangwabe is. And I think that Mseleku is not, I don't know if he doesn't see that the things he's doing while he's doing them, he sees them after, when people are already angry or what is happening in his life. I don't get that part. Yeah. So Mseleku is meeting up with Mark Malone. And Makumaro is saying that she's hoping that they're going to have a good time. So, and then they get there, and then they do the kiss on the cheeks with each other. And then Mselegu goes into to say that the reason why they're having this date is so that he can talk about Makwela to her. And then she says that she she's the reason why she was also quiet in the date that they had Mtunzi is because Makwela is has nothing to do with her, and she hopes that they can just get married and they stay together, just the two of them. So I think maybe the way she's expressing it is not the same way as Mayeni said, that she hopes that they are happy and she hopes that Makwela could give himself a so that they can stay together and she doesn't get mistreated the same way that Mayeni and them have been mistreated when there's a new wife. And then as they are talking, she says that she tells Seliku that this has nothing to do with her. And then she hopes that Seliku also won't have anything to, won't talk about her, Makwela. And that's one thing that she hopes for. And as she's in the next episode, as he is telling her that she is, Makwela is from Kwamadlata, she says it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, this is the part where they clickbait us by putting things that are in between, and then we'll be assuming that she means that it doesn't make sense that Mseleku is marrying a younger wife, but maybe it doesn't make sense for something else. So we'll find out in the next episode what exactly is happening, and then it ends with us with Mseleku kids meeting up with Makwela. And it seems like also Makwela's family from her own family, is her siblings or her cousins are also meeting number 5. And she's like, actually, you've been asking for number 5. So this is number 5. And that's how the episode end. I mean, that's how that episode will come, episode 9. And thank you guys for watching this reality recap. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe and comment on the videos.